Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. It is Thursday, July 31st, 2025, and I'm so happy you are joining me today. I have some fun projects to share with you, and not all the projects I promised to share with you. So please give me some grace today. I had planned to share with you the July bonus project kit and just show you the projects that we're going to make for the celebratory sips suite, and I just ran out of time and I didn't get them done yet. So today is the last day to hold on, I'm reaching behind me. Today is the last day to earn that project kit for free. These are not the cards we're going to make, but these are just some celebratory sips just to give you some vibes for this project kit. This is kind of the feel that we're doing. Sorry, I gotta just adjust so I can make sure I'm in the center of the screen. There, okay. Just a vibe of the designer paper and the cards, which have yet to be designed, but will be awesome and adorable and fun, and not all cocktaily, although perhaps a little. So that's just the vibe of the suite. I'm sorry I didn't get the cards designed to share with you. But if you want to earn the project kit for free to craft along with us next month, make sure that you get your order in today. $40 or more is going to get you the card kit to make 3 cards using the celebratory sips. And tonight we're just going to have some fun. Now, I have a little sneak peek. I shared this earlier, the cover of the mini catalog. Yay! The September through December 2025 mini catalog is right around the corner. I'm so excited about this. Demonstrators could see the new mini catalog starting yesterday, July 30th. It's on the Demonstrator website. If you're a demonstrator, check it out. We have a lot of things going on August 5th, on Tuesday, and I talked about this in my video earlier today. So let me see if I can remember them all. We have the pre-order for the mini catalog if you're a demonstrator. The last chance list is going to be updated. We have the new kits collection. There'll be 2 or 3 new kits collection, and there is a sale on in-color products, and I think that's going to include much more than just cardstock, ink, and designer paper. From my understanding, it is going to include select products that have any in color in it. So you might find a designer paper that has an in color in there included, or a scrapbooking workshop kit that's included. So that's really super exciting. It's going to be a big sale. So as I was thinking about what to share with you tonight, I thought about all these things that I have in my stamp cabinet that I've never used. And so before I embark on buying new things on Tuesday, I decided I need to use what I have before I buy something new. This is a great little challenge, and as much as I don't want to tell you not to shop, I do want to encourage you to use what you already have. So this week, between now and next Thursday, I want you to challenge yourself to get something out that you haven't inked up, that you haven't used yet, and use it to make a card. So tonight we are doing just that. We're going to make 3 cards using stamp sets I have not inked up and used at all yet. And that's my challenge for myself to do that before I start buying new stuff. I'm going to buy new stuff. I know that. But it is good to use what we have. So one of the things that I also have that I've never used is this Weekend Adventures designer paper. This is in the annual catalog 2025 to 2026. It's on pages 72 and 73, and you might not recognize it because it's not part of a full suite. In fact, the only real representation in this catalog is for scrapbooking. And so we're going to use this designer paper for card making. Now, the designer paper Weekend Adventures is 12 by 12. It includes 4 each of 3 double-sided patterns. So let me show you those patterns. We've got this one that is Misty Moonlight with some splatter, and on the other side some really fun like compass, boots, mug, paw print, like very trail, very camping. And then we have the trees, and on the other side of the trees are little tiny acorns. And then the last page is orange and black. So we have sort of that buffalo check on one side, and on the other side, some black stripes. And this is totally giving me Halloween vibes. I'm gonna try to use the stripes to make a lighthouse card. We're gonna see how that goes, but I'm determined to use this designer paper in all 3 of my cards and combine it with the stamp sets that I haven't used. So that's the goal for tonight. I want to tell you a little bit more about this designer paper. A lot catching up on your comments here. Shell says she's been thinking the same thing about using up the stamp sets that she has. You know, it's really great to sometimes refresh your paper collection and use it with stamps that you already have. So I know some of you got the paper share from me, and you got this designer paper in the paper share. And so maybe I'll give you some ideas of using this paper with stuff you already have at home. So on this page we have this is kind of the scrapbooking from scratch section, and so the stamp set that coordinates is called Weekend Adventures, and it is very scrapbook centric with its sentiments, its large words. I didn't get this stamp set. I wanted to show you that if you enjoy scrapbooking, there is a Weekend Adventures Scrapbooking Workshop Kit, which includes the supplies to make 3 different 2-page 12 by 12 layouts. And so it has the sticker sheet and the 2-tone cardstock and the step-by-step instructions, but you can also get this designer paper and sticker sheet separately. Now, I was kind of confused the first time I saw it when I was ordering for the product share, and I got the sticker sheet to go with it because this item is the designer paper and sticker sheet. And I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't know that I'm going to use these stickers. I should give them to Meg because she would totally use these stickers. So I actually have, I think, 2 or 3 of these sheets. But then I figured out that you can order this designer paper without the stickers. You can get just the designer paper. So if you like the designer paper and want it for card making, look online. I should have looked it up for you, but look online because you can get the Weekend Adventures paper without stickers, just the designer paper by itself. So I just wanted to show you where this paper is coming from. Now, I thought when I was shopping that the Scenic Adventure Bundle, which of course I'm pretty sure that I got during the pre-order, and haven't used it. The Scenic Adventures Bundle, which was part of the May online exclusives seen here on page 3. I thought it would go really well with this kind of outdoor vibe. And so I bought this awesome bundle. It includes a stamp set that has more card focused sentiments like "You're amazing, can't wait to see you again, let the journey begin," or "Let the adventure begin, just breathe and take it slow," and "Cheers to another," and then you would put adventure or journey in there. It also has some trees, some water, some clouds, and some wildflower images. The dies here are really kind of what got me. It's sort of like a landscape builder. We have trees and mountains and more trees and sort of grass and flowers and texture for water. Another little mountain. Oh, I might have to die cut another little mountain. There's also, look at this, logs and a campfire. Oh, that's really fun. So this is kind of, I think, a nice bundle that coordinates with the, I already forgot the name of this paper. the Weekend Adventures, and it even has the same kind of name, Scenic Adventure, Weekend Adventures. So even though it wasn't really advertised, I do think that it really goes nicely with this designer paper. So this is online, an online exclusive, and you can find it there. The designer paper also available online and pictured in the catalog. So let's pull together some things with the Scenic Adventure. I really love these die cuts, and when I saw this designer paper, are you thinking what I'm thinking? It looks like a starry sky, doesn't it? So I decided to die cut some pieces, and I've got mountains and trees to layer over the starry sky, and I also die cut some taller trees. Misty Moonlight there, and I have a little piece of white. I should have had the trees maybe go all the way down here, and they're a little bit higher, so I'm going to just add the white strip and put the sentiment on there. What do you think? Really pretty, huh? The sentiment I chose is just breathe and take it slow. I love that. And then I have some other pieces, and we're going to put it on a basic beige card base. So let's get started gluing together, stamping. I wanted to stamp too on the inside. Did I get another tree out? I feel like I have another stamp. Oh, I see it. It fell on the floor. Another tree stamp. Okay. I was debating on whether or not we wanted to layer another mountain. There is another mountain die back here, but I kind of feel like it's okay as is. You could layer one there, but I think it's going to be all right. We're going to leave it as is. But do we want... No. Do we want... There's like stars and a moon. And so I thought that might be fun to put on the designer paper, but I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay, so let's start with our stamping. I'm going to use Secret Sea, which is an in color and will be part of that sale coming up next week. Well, the sale is starting next week, but it takes place the whole month of August, starting on the 5th. So it says just breathe and take it slow. And then on the inside, I'm going to add some trees with Misty Moonlight. How perfect, these colors. Sherry says, can you die cut that moon on your starry sky? The die intrigues me. I think we could work that out. Well, the reason I hesitated about it is because I realized that if I die cut the moon, it's going to go against the dark background, and then the moon would be dark, but I could put some white paper behind it. I'm going to do one tree in Misty Moonlight and one tree in Secret Sea. So a very outdoorsy card here. Let's get that die out. We'll give it a try, Sherry, just for you. There we go. And I'm going to kind of put it up in this corner. That's where I think we'll have some space where it will show. So I'm going to send this through the die cutting machine on the floor. Give me one moment. The die cuts some dots, and it die cuts the moon out. So we added, it's kind of funny. I was like, oh, we could do it again, but then there'd be like 2 moons. So that wouldn't work. But we'll just die cut once and leave it kind of there in the corner. And so I was planning to put this here against the dark cardstock, but I think maybe we need just a little white behind the cardstock to make that moon pop. What do you think? Should we just add a little bit? Oh, I like that idea. Michelle is saying just cut the white moon and set that in. Let's do that. Pop. It's so little. All right, so we're going to glue this on. This piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and I am oh, you know what I should have done? Where's my rubber sheet? It's in the bathroom. I just washed it. Okay. So here's my dilemma, is that I need to cut the trees off the edge, and I don't want them to be off the edge of the blue. I want them to be off the edge of the designer paper. So hold tight. Okay, we're going to put the mountains on the edge of the blue. I'll have measurements for you in the video description when we're all done. This is cloud cover for the mountains. I hate that I'm covering up so much of that designer paper, but I think it serves its purpose, being a cloudy or a starry sky. There we go. And now we can trim, and now we can put it onto the starry sky. We'll take a little drop of glue and put our moon right inside like a puzzle piece. Now it looks like it's embedded in there. I like that better, I think. Okay, we're gonna add Just Breathe at the bottom and take it slow. I kind of like having just a little bit of space there. So I'm going to bring, maybe I'm not. I was gonna say, I'm gonna bring this piece, I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit. And then we're gonna add this. I just like having that little bit of blue underneath. And then our trees, we got to make sure we don't cover up the moon. We'll just frame them right there, so the moon goes right in between them. Oh, that looks sharp. I like this. Who would you send this card to? Do you have a special someone in your life who maybe just needs a reminder to take it slow and just breathe? Using some liquid glue to add that. And I'm gonna add this to the card with Stampin' Dimensionals. Everything is pretty flat here, and I just want to kind of add a little bit of something to make the card pop. Basic beige again is the card base. Bringing in some of my edges of Stampin' Dimensionals to add this. Oh, Sharon says, perfect. I want to be there. I know, right? Mountains is not the usual view for us here in Central Illinois. The plains, we get lots and lots of just fields forever. But this is a view that I think I would very much enjoy. I feel like you could just frame it. Like, it's so pretty. Our tree trunk wants to travel. Let's just tack it down. Just putting a little drop of glue on the end. There. I debated on whether or not to add, I don't want to lose that die. I debated whether or not to add some bling, and I'm thinking perhaps some of the flat pearls that are cloud cover, or some, I don't know, like I like it not blingy, but I am tempted to put some rhinestones in the sky. So let's see. I do have some stars. They're like foam and squishy. And I feel like not the right proportion, but I could use the white stars. I was thinking more along the lines of, oh, those are pretty. Well, here's the rhinestones. I was thinking of pearls. Where are my pearls? Oh, right here. To keep it a little bit more masculine, I don't want anything like too sparkly. What do you think about the flat pearls, or would you leave them off? Carol says that looks nice. Shell agrees. Wink of Stella on the mood. Sure, why not? The gems from Creativity Now. Those are flowers, actually, Cheryl. The gems from Creativity Now. So they're pretty, and the colors totally go. But if I want to keep it more masculine, I think not necessarily for this card. I have so many Wink of Stellas. I really need to like label them so I remember which one is the good one and which ones are not. Adding a little bit of sparkle to the moon. It's hard to see on camera, but it's just kind of a fun little detail. Thank you for the reminder to do that. Okay, so there's our first card using the Weekend Adventures designer paper and the Scenic Adventure Bundle. Did you get this one? Is this one on your list? Like I said, this bundle came out in May. There is a very similar, I feel like a very similar look and feel. I'm looking, but I can't show you. In the mini catalog, a new bundle, and it has kind of similar dies. I feel like with the tree line. It is called Lights of Aurora. If you have access to the PDF of the catalog, if you're a demonstrator, oh my gosh, you can see it in the corner. Page 36. The designer paper is really gorgeous and looks like Northern Lights kind of inspired, but then it has some tree dies that are sort of similar to creating the silhouette here. They're different. But the idea of creating that silhouette is in there. So that's coming soon. But this one is available right now. I think I actually like this bundle better. So maybe get this bundle and then add the designer paper later. Okay, so card number 1, Weekend Adventures, using what I need to use what I haven't used before, and this was just card 1. Let's move on to card 2, featuring a different pattern of designer paper. I thought that these cute little Peekaboo Forest critters were adorable, and they are, right? But I haven't used the stamp set at all. This one came out, I think, also in May. Where did my flyer go? Oh, it just had it. Actually, this one might have come out in March. Let's double check. Peekaboo, Peekaboo, Peekaboo Forest. Yeah, this one came out in March. So that means I've had it even longer and I've not used it. In fact, this one, has a very real possibility of being on the last chance list. I don't have any knowledge, so I can't tell you, but I'm just saying if you like this bundle, you might hold off until August 5th and see if there's any discounts on either piece of these in case it gets put on the last chance list. But this is so cute. It has these cute little critters, and it has this little tree trunk that they can kind of pop out of. And I do not have any samples with this. I've not used it. I didn't get any swaps with it. And tonight we're going to change that. So this has kind of pieces where you can build up the tree and you can make it like bigger and add maybe more holes, like do a really tall card and have like a different critter in each one. There's a branch, there's like a treetop where you could color green. I wanted to incorporate this designer paper, and so I'm going to do a card, and I've made this one before, kind of having like a top flap. So I took my early espresso card base. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and then I cut it in half at 2 3/4, and I'm going to use that piece to turn and put this way. I have a piece of designer paper that is 2 1/2 by 4 that's going to go up here. So we'll bring in that green. I'm also going to layer some green back here. This is Old Olive for the inside of the card. And then I'm going to cut a piece of white, which apparently I forgot to do. So we'll add that. And I have Basic Beige again on the front. I don't know what happened when I cut it, but it's just like a little lip. Okay, Basic Beige, also 2 1/2 by 4. And so this is going to be kind of that front flap that opens like this. I die cut some of these because I thought that they would be fun to put like on the bottom of the tree, and we're going to do that. But I didn't realize when I die cut them ahead of time that they don't die cut all the way. I think they're just meant to be like tree branches or whatever, but we can go in with our scissors and we can just kind of snip all the places where it still connects to the cardstock, and then we'll just use that as like grass or bushes or whatever at the bottom of the tree. So I'm gonna do that really quick. And this is a little more time consuming than I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of places where it connects here, and I want to make it very, well, I guess let's just get it out of the paper first, and then we can trim. Okay, so it's very spiky right now, but I'm just going to kind of follow along the lines of some of those leaves, trying to keep it even with the pieces that are already on there. And maybe this just isn't going to work out. I don't know. We'll see. It looks better. It looks better on the cardstock that I die cut from. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I guess another option would be to cut around it and like keep it intact and just give it a border. That definitely makes it look more full. I have to double check and make sure there's not like a a second die that goes around it. I don't think there is. I think I like that version better than this one. I don't even want to show you that. So I might just have to die cut another one when we die cut our other element. So we are going to stamp on the, don't need that yet. We're going to stamp the trunk on this piece of crumb cake, and I'm going to use Early Espresso. And I want to avoid coloring the whole thing, so I'm going to do Early Espresso on crumb cake, and maybe add some like some detail with the crumb cake marker. Oh my gosh, did I know that my marker was broken? Oh, well, that's no good. Add that to my order. Just kind of adding some lines, reserving judgment, because I have to say I don't love it. But I think it just kind of adds a little depth to the trunk. I think it's going to be okay. I'm also going to stamp the hedgehog. I had a hard time deciding which of these cuties to use, but I ultimately decided the hedgehog was going to be the easiest to color. Oh, that's so smart. Cheryl says she uses an app to track her stamps. I use a website, that's the dark one. I use a website called These Are My Stamps, and I don't know that it's an app, but they're both dark. I gotta find my light. Nope, that's dark too. Why do I have 3 dark crumb cakes? There's my light crumb cake. Okay, so maybe I already did replace my dark one. I just have to throw away the bad one. I'm going to start with the light. I was starting to tell you about These Are My Stamps. It is a website that you can use to track which stamp sets you have. I use it to create lists for my blog, and it's so handy. But it does have the ability, and I think the original intention was something to track your own personal inventory, to keep track. For the functionality that I use, there is like a small monthly fee of $3. And you also have the ability to like mark, so you can browse the gallery of projects that people share, and you can mark, I have it, I want it, and kind of keep track of what you have, and I'm sure you can mark it when you sell it as well. Let's see what Cheryl says. She says the app she uses is called Color My Life. Excellent. That's a great way. I know some of you have very vast collections of stamping products, so definitely good to keep a handle on what you've got, and especially when you're looking for like, what do I have that's birthday? Okay, I'm going to put these through the die cutting machine. Now this die cuts the trunk, and also it die cuts a hole in the middle for our little guy to pop through. And I am going to run through another leaf and send that through for the bottom of the trunk if we want to add some greenery. So I'm going to do this on the floor with my big die cutting machine, do it all at once. the green slipped. I hate it when that happens. I didn't put any tape on it. I thought it's gonna be okay. It's got this giant space and it's still just slipped to the very edge. I think we can still use it. Oh, Sherry says she photocopies like all of your stamp case inserts so that you can, what do you have them in a binder, Sherry? This is a great conversation. How do you organize your stamps at home? Leave a comment. Let's chat. Okay, there's our little green pieces. Here's our cutie hedgehog. Oh my gosh, I love this. And he has like a little body. I thought that was gonna die cut. I guess it does not die cut the top. So, is there, okay, we can add, this is good. I should have figured that out ahead of time. We can add more. I'm gonna have to bring that all the way up to cut off. I wasn't thinking about that, to cut the top. There is a stamp we can add to add more detail. So we'll do that. Sherry says she photocopies and puts them in a 6x8 album. Robin does the same. Shell says organized by category with a binder, a photocopy of every stamp set I own. Okay, let's have a truth or dare challenge. How many stamp sets do you guys own? How many are in that binder? Are you willing to fess up and tell us? I don't know, honestly, how many I have. Most of my, well, yeah, I would say most of my retired ones I have down boxed up in the basement. I need to get them out and sell them. But the ones I have up here are just current. I'm not sure how many I have. That would be a good question. Sounds like a lot of you photocopy. Okay, do you have scanners at home that you use to photocopy your stamps, or do you take the stamp case insert to a place to photocopy it? I don't have a scanner at home. I'm going to use my scrap paper and add this additional detail of the stamp and just extend our tree trunk. I think that might have been upside down. That was definitely upside down. Do you think anybody will notice? I'm not gonna redo it, but it might drive me crazy. Okay, this is going to go on the tree trunk. So it looks like the tree keeps going. And my thought was I'd have like the green down here, just sort of add like to the bottom. And then our little guy fits in here. Look at this, there is a slit. This is so cute. There is a slit so that his hands can peek over. Oh my gosh, is that just the greatest? I kind of want to have a dark spot back here with early espresso. I'm going to die cut. Is this the same size? Oh, that's not the color. I'm gonna die cut a spot with early espresso. This is the right one. Wow. I guess it's just a hole of a different size. So I'm going to die cut this one so I have that hole. Okay, this one fits for sure right there. Okay. I think I want to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to add the background with regular adhesive, some liquid glue, holding that down where it's going to go, right in the center, lined up at the top. Add the center in there. Oh, stay put. Okay. Then this is going to clip into there. So cute. And I'm going to add this with Stampin' Dimensionals. Another sheet that has borders to use. I shouldn't have taken the whole thing off. Okay. I'm going to add this. And I'll add this to kind of going right over where I put down the center part. So it's in the background. That makes him pop. I love that. And then I'm going to add these down here at the bottom. Let's put this on with some more regular adhesive. I can't keep up with all your comments about your stamp sets, but I am so excited to see you guys sharing some tips about how you store them. 250 stamp sets, Nancy. Wow. Cheryl says she has 130 in her app. Catherine has over 400 of just wood mount stamps. Oh my gosh. Sharon, how many did you say? I gotta scroll back up and look at all of your confessions. 100, maybe 30. Sharon, you got some catching up to do. Well, however many stamp sets you have, you don't have to have a lot, but I hope that you are using what you have. I think that's the key, right? Is using what you have, whether it's 30 or 400. I hope that you are using your stamps. Oh, I somehow scrolled to back in my video. Let me get back up here. There we go. All right, added those with liquid glue. This is going to be such a cute card. This is going to go on the flap up here. This is going to go on the inside. I love it. I love it. Now there is a stamp that is meant to be like the treetop kind of, but I sort of want to stamp that like across the bottom here as grass. Yep, I like that detail. I need a long block. We're gonna add that with Old Olive. Probably should have done it before I put it on the card, but it still works. It'll be fine. It overstamped on the dark cardstock a little bit because it's dark. It's not so noticeable, but I think that's a fun little detail. Maybe I want to add a second one because I wanted it to be a little bit lower. There. It's gonna drive me bonkers. Can I make it a tree top? No. Oh, Julie. I'm cutting a new one because I'm a perfectionist. 4 by 5 1/4. And while I've got my paper trimmer out, let's cut the white piece for the inside. So this is going to be 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And this is going to fit behind our flap. Let's make it just a hair smaller. 2 3/4. So I'm going to do 2 5/8 inch so that it doesn't show up by 4 1/8 inch. Okay. Oh, we need a greeting too to go across the front of the card. All right, back to our grass. We're going to go just at the very bottom, 1 layer, because I don't want to do more than 1 layer. So that's a great question. Oh, someone's saying they thought it was grass. The sample I've seen, I think it was Stampin' Up that created it, and it was kind of like a treetop, and it like came down like a longer piece, a treetop, and they had colored it. But I think it is versatile and can be a treetop or the grass. Lots of side quests. I love it. My next question for you to chat amongst yourself is, how do you get rid of old stamps? Like, do you have stamps that you don't want anymore? What do you do with them? There is an old scrapbooking store here called Daisy Lane, and they have big rummage sales, and you can like bring your stuff and price it and number it and sell it that way. So I know some people that have sold their stuff there, and it's been a really great outlet for them to get rid of old stuff. And that is for like all paper crafting enthusiasts, so it's not just Stampin' Up, it's all kinds of stuff. We'll add more on the inside here. Does that look silly? I don't know if I like that. Let's just turn it over. Okay, what do we want to say on the front? I feel like he wants to say hello. Doesn't it seem like a hello card? Hello. And then on the inside, we could say, thinking of you. Because as I said earlier, thinking of you fits all of the things. Tony has every stamp set she's ever bought since she started with Stampin' Up in 1996. Oh my gosh. Margaret, it is not in Champaign. Daisy Lane is down in Tolono? Mattoon. I think it might be down in Mattoon. But you can check them out if you're in Central Illinois. They have a sale in the spring and a sale in the fall. They also offer an option where they will like come and check out an estate and just buy, buy the whole estate. Or, make an offer or whatever. I've never sold anything with them, so I can't speak to experience, but if you look up Daisy Lane Scrapbooking, you'll find the site. And if you are in the area, I hear it's quite a big sale to come shop. Thank you, Nancy. Mattoon, yes. I don't know why I was thinking Tolono. Same direction, just keep going. Just keep going farther down. I'm trying to center the white so that this covers it, and I think I got it just right. Okay, to tie in the green, well, I don't know. Should we make this sentiment in early espresso or old olive? I'm leaning towards early espresso because it's darker. Yeah, I think I'm going to do early espresso. And I feel like we missed an opportunity to have some linen thread. I guess we haven't missed it yet because we haven't finished the card. We could add some linen thread underneath that. I kind of love that idea. Let's get some linen thread out. Oh, I like that. Nancy says she found that her library does a craft exchange 4 times a year. It's not a sale for profit, but it puts supplies into new hands. I love that. Some nursing homes will accept some supplies. Schools sometimes, I don't know about the stamps so much as sometimes like the art department will use like designer paper or ribbon even. I feel like there are some church craft groups that will are looking for ribbon sometimes. So yeah, I think that if you're looking to donate, there's lots of options. And if you're looking to sell, then and want money for it, then there are fewer options. But I have also seen like at our local Goodwill, I've seen stamp sets there before as well. So a place to shop, but also a place to donate if you really just want to get rid of your stamp sets. What a treasure it would be for someone to find something there. Oh, Michelle says, everybody already has everything, an overabundance of stampers and supplies. I say that you should, if you're looking to donate supplies, you should find a new stamping friend and help them build their collection by sharing some of your loved and maybe not used as much stamps and supplies. That's what I say. Introduce stamping to someone new. I'm struggling with these circles. I love them. Sharon is saying the local hospice store there will take craft material. And I know you've got a lot of your stuff there too. Okay, I wanted to add some circles, but I'm really struggling. I just thought it might be kind of something whimsical. What do you think? Are the linen thread loops, are they good? Are they bad? Do you like them? I'm looking for Stampin' Dimensionals to add one to the side. It's time for a new package. Summer camp, that's a good place for older paper, stickers, ribbons. Andrea says, I would love to know who may have lost all their products in a disaster. Oh, yes. There is an organization, a group on Facebook. It is specifically like for demonstrators, helping demonstrators who have been affected by, a major loss like that. I'm not aware of like one for just crafters in general, but that is such a lovely thought because there have been so many floods, fires, and other disasters that I feel like there would be a lot of people probably who would like to replenish. What a great idea. Okay. Oh, that's smart. Margaret says that they have a small group of friends and they try to buy different sets and then swap them out and share them. I keep talking about, like, I need to do that more. As Stampin' Up comes out with so much stuff, I'm like, okay, I need to cut down on what I'm buying and then just borrow and share more. I'm gonna line this up with some tear and tape on the flap. I probably should put a couple more. It goes down pretty far. At least one more right here. Oh my gosh. Nancy says one of her crafting friends went to the local Goodwill and found unopened Stampin' Up cardstock for 50 cents. Oh my gosh. What a find for her. Oh, that's incredible. Clearly someone did not know the value of what they were selling. I love this card, you guys. It's so cute. I want to add an embellishment. I'm thinking butterflies. Just a couple butterflies to finish up this card. Where did I put those? There are the butterflies. Like just something whimsical. This is my little half package. I just got a new package. Gotta use these up first. Oh, yes! Oh, I love it! I love it so much. I'm afraid I'm not gonna like the last card that we make, and I don't want to not like it. I kind of just want to stop here, but let's carry on. I had 3 cards planned, and so we are going to make 3 cards. I'm clearing some of my stamps to get them out of the way. If you're just joining, I'm making cards using stamp sets that I have bought and never used. And so this card is using the Peekaboo Forest stamp set, and it is so stinking cute. I remember now why I wanted it, because it's adorable. And so now I've got to use it some more because it is just really the cutest. So Peekaboo Friends, or Peekaboo Forest, this was our second card. And all of the cards today, I'm also combining some designer paper that I've never used before. So this is called Weekend Adventure, and this is the second side there. So this is the second card. The first card I made using another pattern of this designer paper and the Scenic Adventure Bundle. And so our last card is going to use this other paper. And the bundle that I picked out to use is called Framed Scenes. And my thought was that I would use the lighthouse, but if you guys think I should use a different stamp, I'm open to it. Now this one has the buffalo check with orange and black on one side and then black stripes on the other. And so I was thinking we could do like a red lighthouse and have some stripes in there. So that's kind of where I was going with it. Now this one, Framed Scenes, includes some dies if you get the bundle, and there are 4 dies. We have sort of this wood grain frame, and then 2 ovals, and then the wood grain texture. And let me grab my ruler so that I can measure these for you. Now the wood grain frame is about 2 3/4 inches wide by 3.5 inches long. The opening is 2 inches by 2 5/8 inch, and the width of it is 3/8 of an inch. There are 2 ovals that are 2 different dies. The smaller one is 2 1/4 inch long. The larger one is 2 5/8 inch. And then we've got 1.5 and 1 3/4 ish. So they are kind of on the small side. But I like that they're little and they're small. And the reason I got these, I'm not keen on coloring. You know how I feel about that. But I just thought the dies were really cool and could be mixed and matched with some different things. I know, right? Let me just die cut this frame because I do think it is just so cool. I have some brown. Let's cut this out. Maybe we'll use it. We'll see. The card or the designer paper is black. Sometimes I just whack it on the desk. Is black, so I would maybe cut a black frame, but here is that awesome texture, and I think every single one of these fits into that frame. And then the ovals as well fit a lot of them, like the lighthouse fits nicely there, and it cuts off the trees, but they are nice. Now I do have one sample using this one. Tracy Jacobs created a card, and she used the tree house and did some coloring and used the oval on a wood grain designer paper to create her card. And even though this isn't the same stamp set, these card swaps from Betsy Kreider and Sandy Carlson, they both used another stamp set from the annual catalog that reminded me of the framed scenes as far as the just the design. It's a new stamp set. It doesn't have any dies. I meant to pull the page up. Here it is, right? Yeah. It's called Peaceful Pier. And this one was really, really popular. When the catalog first came out, I noticed a lot of people were ordering it. It has the pier, it has the trees. I love this fish, the little boy fishing, another little fish. I need to get this stamp set. I really like it. Kathleen Chapman. Oh, this is a Million Sales Achiever stamp set. I didn't realize that. Okay, well. My favorite part of the stamp set is somebody knows, somebody cares. Your name is whispered in somebody's prayers. So that is the stamp set, Peaceful Pier, that Sandy used on her card and Betsy used on her card. But I just thought they had a similar vibe to the framed scene, so I wanted to share those cards with you. And now I've got a new stamp set to add to my list. Okay, so I'm thinking the lighthouse. Yeah, Shell says she doesn't usually get these kinds of stamp sets either. I'm glad I'm not alone, but I bought it, like I said, for the frames, and you can get the dies on their own, so I didn't have to get the bundle. I don't know why. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I did. I don't know what I was thinking. But sometimes when you're shopping, it's like a moment of weakness. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just add that one, even though I don't have a plan for it. So this is what today is all about. I'm using these stamps that I bought and making them work. I'm putting the sticker. I like to do this. I put the sticker on the block, take the backing off, and then I turn it around. I've got the backing off of here. So there's paper backings on the back of the foam. So I took that off, and then I'm putting the sticker on there. So I turn the stamp around, the block around, and I line it up and go down. And that way I get a nice even pressure with the sticker on the rubber and the foam, and it works really well. I do think this stamp set would be really great with colored pencils. I was feeling that as well, Catherine, when I saw this. So let's break out our colored pencils for this project today. And I may not use a big piece of it, but I think we'll use those stripes. So let's start with let's just start with stamping and coloring it. And I was trying to decide whether to use the wood grain frame or the oval. I'm kind of mixed on that. Here's a piece of basic white. Because we're going to use the black stripes, I'm going to stamp in black ink. And oh, that is really pretty. See, I think that this stamp would be nice in just a solid color like that. In fact, there was a sample I was looking at on the Stampin' Up website, and they didn't color it at all. They just had it in a solid color, and so I thought this stamp would be really nice in navy, like such a nautical color there. But let's bring in our pencils. Huh. I have some in a clear case. I forgot about this. This is an older assortment. I have some newer assortments, or other assortments. This actually might be the same assortment. Why do I have two sets? Well, anyway, and then a watercolor assortment 2 also has some different colors in it. So I'm going to use watercolor assortment 2 and use some cherry cobbler and some balmy blue and some garden green and or maybe some old olive from assortment 1. I want to do a red lighthouse, but lighthouses are all kinds of different colors. And I think this lighthouse would also be really pretty if it was, like, you can see the brick, so maybe more of like a Cajun craze. When I went to high school, we lived in Muskegon, Michigan, and they have a red lighthouse in Muskegon, if I remember right. Am I remembering right? The lighthouse that is near and dear to my heart is in St. Joseph, Michigan. That's where my husband proposed. And that one is mostly white. Let's add some blue water. I don't use the watercolor pencils a lot, but I do agree for this stamp image, it's a lovely change with that sort of sketchy look. Now, if you like to blend them, you can use the blender pens and blend your watercolor pencils for a more watercolor look. The pencils are nice because you can kind of go back and you can add detail, like add some dark shading. And I'm gonna do, that is a bright green. Oh my goodness. I'm adding some of the crushed curry to tone down that green a little bit. So we have a brown. Early Espresso is in the first assortment, and these assortments might be different. So you have to look and see what colors are in the current assortments. Bring in some smoky slate for the rocks. I'm going to color a little basic black up here. And then we have a little house in the background. I guess that's part of the lighthouse. Let's do a gray roof. What color should the house be? I'm gonna do, oh, I need a pencil sharpener. I'm gonna make the lights be on in the house, and I'm gonna do like light brown. See if I can make that really light. Okay, what do you think? Did I do okay? I kind of want to make the sky be blue as well, but if I do the sky blue, then that blends in with the, I don't know. I'm gonna blend, let's do that. I'm gonna blend the blue for the sky. Get out the blender pen. Oh, I remember those watercolor crayons. Uh-oh, I'm bleeding. I picked up a little bit of the black and a little green. Oh, man. Did I make it worse? I don't know. Let's be done. Balmy blue goes here. Crushed curry goes there. And I think I'm going to do the oval, but I have to add more blue. Gonna send that through the die cutting machine. Perfect. Do we combine them? I mean, that's a possibility. I have our black stripes. Don't lose the oval die. Put those back in here. I have two thoughts. I could have two larger striped pieces. That are offset in a square there, or I can have a longer piece. It's going to be too long. Across there. Probably want some crumb cake on this card, some real red. Rather some cherry cobbler. I don't have a plan. I'm making it up as I go. I also need some words to go on this card. Use a paper cutter. This is about 4 inches. And we need just the right word. Just the right word for this card. What should we use? These are a little too bold. Let's come back here. Cheers to another adventure. Let's see how that looks. I don't know what I'm doing. I was thinking I would make like a big bow, and then I ended up cutting it. I don't necessarily want a bow on it, but I want loops and I want ends. So I am just gonna tie a big bow. I don't know, what do you think? I'm not sure how I feel about it on the red. Thoughts? I knew I wasn't gonna like this one. I knew I wasn't gonna like this one as much as the first two, partly because I didn't have a good plan for it and I was just coming in, with just a weak idea. I don't totally love the coloring either. Is it the sentiment I don't like? Is the sentiment too big for our lighthouse? I can't decide. What other colors would you put on it? What else would you do here? Early Espresso is the card base. Even with the black, do you think that that would be too dark? Let's see. Do I have one in my stash? I think I don't like that with the black. Nancy, you're so right. She says we are our own worst critic. Done is better than perfect. Plus, I know whoever receives it will love it. You're right. You are right about that. I do think whoever gets it will love it. I'm curious. Let's do a little experiment. Is the thing that I don't love about it the coloring? Am I struggling with the coloring? Would I love it more in a solid red? Here's a technique. Take the blender pen and blend the water-based ink to highlight the lighthouse image. What do you guys think about that? Or alternatively, in black ink with just coloring the lighthouse. Are lighthouses ever orange? Is that a thing? Could I make the lighthouse orange? And do Cajun Craze. Is that the same color? Not really. Is it pumpkin pie? What color is this orange? I was thinking we could like add that in the background, but I think no. Let's find our oval. Stamped in black on basic beige, no coloring. Let's try it. That almost looks like an old, like, postcard or something. I like that. I'm going to look for another sentiment. And that's striking. I don't mind it on the red, but I kind of also like it on the black. Thoughts? Red versus black. And new piece that I am going to tear. I always want to go to thinking of you. But let's do you are much, what does this say? Oh, I kind of like this one. It says, it's okay to fall apart. I'm still here for you. And I think on a stamp set with a lighthouse, like what a great sentiment to share. Like, I am still your lighthouse guiding you. I'm here for you. That is so much more fitting of this image. You guys are split. Katie likes black. Susan says either. Catherine says black. Sharon says red. Jennifer says black. Heather says red. Joe says black. Kathleen says red. Secret Sea as a base, I think would be too close to the, here's some Secret Sea. Hang on a second. I think since we have the black in there, like, I'm not sure I like Secret Sea. I like the red because it's kind of a pop, but I also think I like the black just because it is different, like black on black. I think I'm gonna do the black. It's kind of dark, but I like it. I'm coming around. Okay, this card's gonna turn out all right. The font looks really good. I know. So this came from the stamp set Wonderful Thoughts. I know it'd be such a good sympathy card. This stamp set I don't think has a sympathy stamp in it. But it does have thinking of you, and then you could write with sympathy. It also has, I love this, I'll listen to your silence when words are just too much. That's such a good one too. This one, Unbounded Love, has with sympathy. Two very good options. I was getting these out earlier today for the cards that we were making with the Full of Charm paper pumpkin kit. Did you guys see today's 12 Days of Christmas in July video? It was so long, but I had so much fun making alternative cards with that kit and incorporating some of that Full of Charm designer paper. Such a good one. Okay, I think that we should add some black gems maybe to this, or some crumb cake gems. I changed the cardstock crumb cake. It is now 4.5 inches, and then I kind of just tore the edge. We did that on another card. Was that today? Yes, it was today. I don't know what day it is, guys. I'm all mixed up. This definitely needs a white piece for the inside, and you could add another sentiment in there, and you could add like a little strip of black at the bottom. Oh, whoops, sorry, dropped my paper trimmer. A little 1/2 inch by 4. I like this one. We're going to put this on the inside. I'll listen to your silence when words are just too much. Oh my goodness. If you could see the mess just to the right of the camera. I just keep piling and shoving everything over. Oh. Of course, keeping it simple for the win was definitely the way to go. Let's bring in some bling. And when I say bling, I don't mean bling bling. I just mean embellishments. The option I'm thinking of is this one right here. It's called Neutral Matte Dots. And it has some vanilla and some white, which is covered up, some black, and some pecan pie. I think this is such a great embellishment for a more masculine card or a more muted card, like a sympathy card, or, you know, just I'm here. And so I'm thinking is that too much? Would you leave it without embellishments? I'm looking at the screen, and since there's a lag, I don't have the embellishments, so like I'm comparing them. I don't know. I'm back and forth on those. I do kind of want to just do 2 embellishments. Quick vote. 2 or 3. I don't like the one just floating up there. Jennifer says without, but many of you like it with. Sharon and Susan and Shell. I also see you are mixed on the 2 versus 3. I'm seeing several of you say 2, and I like the 2, so I'm gonna do 2. Okay, that was our 3rd card. I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. I was gonna say I'm proud of us. You guys helped me too, and so I'm proud of all of us. Tonight we used stamp sets that I haven't used, and so now I have used them, and so I'm proud of that. The last card we made was with the framed scenes. This has great dies. Even if you don't like the stamp set, definitely consider the dies on your next order, but watch for the last chance list on Tuesday, because I have a feeling that this might be on it. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying, just keep an eye. And then when you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's the one that Julie used. And then you'll know and you'll add it to your cart. So we made all our cards with this paper from Weekend Adventures. So we used the stripes on this one. We used the trees on this one. So cute. And we used the blue sky on this one with the Scenic Adventures. Which card was your favorite? Which do you feel most inspired by tonight? Thanks for sticking with me. I know this was a long one, and I appreciate all of your input along the way, helping me to get these cards finished up. If you enjoyed tonight's video, using what you have, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future card making videos. Tomorrow, 1:00 p.m. Central Time, is another 12 Days of Christmas video. We're on day 8 tomorrow, and I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure we'll come up with something really fun. I've got some more products to sneak peek for you, and so I've got to work those into the last few videos. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 more videos, and I have at least 2 more things to sneak peek that aren't released yet, plus another bundle I got that just came out that I want to share with you. So lots of new things coming up. Today was about using things that I already bought that I needed to use, and the next few days are going to be about using brand new things. So tune in, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. We got 1:00 tomorrow on, oh no, I keep thinking it's Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. 1:00 tomorrow, 1:00 on Saturday, 1:00 on Sunday, 1:00 on Monday, and our last day will be 1:00 on Tuesday. So that's what's happening. Tune in. Thanks so much much, you guys. Oh, I'm looking at your favorites. Tracy loves the hedgehog. Janice is the first card. I love that one too. Joanne says Leanne says the first one as well. Sherry says the mountains, of course. They are truly different cards for different occasions. They're very different cards. And so hopefully you got a little inspiration in different ways from each one. All right, you guys. Oh, I will save that for sure. Andrea's saying the coloring. I will for sure save that for another card. I'm not going to throw it away. I spent all that time coloring it, right? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow for another project. Thank you so much for hanging in there. And if you haven't already, give the video a thumbs up. And have a great night. Okay, bye everybody.